telling you about Dario Franchitti, one of the most popular race drivers in the world, injured in a crash this afternoon in Houston. We're going to take a look at that video now. That's what happened. And we're going to get to a person who was there, standing very close to that. His name is Carl Daniel. Carl, you were actually hit by some of the debris. Tell us where you were standing and what happened.
I was standing trackside when they were coming out of one of the turns, and they allow you to stand there behind one of the barricades. And as the cars were coming out of the turn, I noticed that one driver was attempting to pass the other driver, and his right front tire actually came and rolled up onto the left rear tire of the other driver, and his car was launched into the barricade that was directly in front of me. And that barricade just imploded in front of me, and there was no time to run, move left, right. I mean, actually at that time, the car literally exploded into pieces. It disintegrated in front of me, and I was pelted from head to toe with what I thought was just like confetti, but it was actually pieces of the car that were pelting me. I mean, at the time, I was literally amazed yet shocked, but I was transfixed in a moment where there was nothing that I or anyone around us could do, because the fence literally went away and was thrown over my head into the grandstands behind me, and actually struck the patrons that were in the grandstand behind me.
Carl, pause right there. Pause right there. I want to, if you guys can re-rack this video, I want to watch it from the beginning, and then we'll just let our viewers hear it, and then I'll continue my conversation with Carl. My goodness, Carl, you're right. I mean, just in an instant, you didn't even have time to react. And by the way, this is the video you shot. What were you thinking here? Did you even have time to think?
Actually, people say how much time you have to think about something. The biggest thing that I thought at that time was, life is over. It is no way that I can survive this barricade coming down in front of me. It's no way that any of us are going to make it. And literally the car, which was one piece, became nothing more than confetti pelting all of us. Pieces of it were all around of us. I was literally thinking that my life is over, but there was no time to say, can you duck, can you run, can you get away? It was like, this is it. And it was shocking, but at the same time, when I found out I was okay, I could not bring myself to stop videoing, to stop screening what was going on around me. It was like, again, I was shocked, but I was transfixed. I was amazed. I could not move. And it was something that I will never forget. But it's amazing how that...
I'm being told by my producers that you are a nurse practitioner. 13 spectators were hurt in the debris, including you when it flew into the stands. And then he has suffered an injury, I'm told, to the back and to his ankle. So what were your injuries? Did you help anybody else out? And what were the extent of the other injuries around you?
The majority of the injuries, I looked at a spectator that was to the left of me. He had fragments that were in his chest, but basically most of the injuries around me were very superficial. The majority of the injuries, if you can see that entire fence, it looks like it's very fragile. That is heavy gauge steel that is just bent like toothpicks. That fence was launched into the air, into the grandstand, which is where the majority of the injuries are. The people who are around me, we're so lucky that that concrete barrier, if you can tell, is angled to form a point at the top. It acted like a ramp to throw the car up and to throw the barricade up over us. So those cement barricades at the bottom actually catapulted the debris at an angle. The same way the bars are shooting up at an angle, it's the same way that guardrail went up into the stands. It is just by a matter of chance that it didn't come straight at us, because I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Carl Daniel, unbelievable. And this video captured by him, you were injured as well. You said your injuries are minor. We're glad that you're okay.
Very minor, but I tell you one thing that it does teach you. It teaches you that when you leave your house every day, you never know what exactly will happen or when it does.
Amen. Absolutely. You never know. Carl Daniel, thank you. Appreciate it.